Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama-shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad-Bhagavatam, and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Namaha Pankajanaභāya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Kinchana Vittaya Nivritta Gunavrittaye Atmaramaya Shantaya Kevalye Pataye Namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, for joining. We are reading Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 12, the Mohini-murti Incarnation of the Supreme Lord, bewilders Lord Shiva. So we're almost towards the end of this chapter. Just the last few verses left in this section. Already Lord Mohini-murti has shown the form. Lord Shiva has been bewildered. Now he has understood that he was bewildered by the form of the Lord, but he is not ashamed, because a servant is not ashamed to be humble in front of the master. Rather, the servant feels, wow, such glorious is my master that he can anytime put me into illusion. So that's Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva cannot be put into illusion by the Maya Shakti of the Lord. So this was the arrangement of the internal potency of the Lord for this specific pastime, and the Lord does multiple things through one pastime. And one of the main lessons is to teach others, to teach common beings like us lessons of how we have to be extra careful. So we read till text number 39 last time. Now we'll move on to the next verse, text number 40. Seyam gunamai maya natvam abhi bhavishyati maya sameta kalena kala rupena bhagvasha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The material, external energy, Maya, who cooperates with me in creation and who is manifested in the three modes of nature, will not be able to bewilder you any longer. Purport. When Lord Shiva was present, his wife Durga was also there. Durga works in cooperation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in creating the cosmic manifestation. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 9.10, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharachuram. The material energy Prakriti works under my direction, O son of Kunti, and is producing all moving and non-unmoving beings. Prakriti is Durga. Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti reka. Chaye vayasya bhuvanani bibharti Durga. The entire cosmos is created by Durga in cooperation with Lord Vishnu in the form of Kala or time. Sa ikshita lokan nu srija sa iman lokan asrijat. This is the version of the Vedas, Aitreya Upanishad 111 and 1112. Maya happens to be the wife of Lord Shiva, and thus Lord Shiva is in association with Maya, but Lord Vishnu here assures Lord Shiva that this Maya will no longer be able to captivate him. Hare Krishna. So in the last two verses, actually, 38 onwards, actually, Lord Vishnu is now speaking about the glories or appreciating Lord Shiva and kind of giving them a blessing that Lord Shiva, who is the uh, husband of Maya, or and will not be bewildered, who's always in association with Durga, his wife, will not be bewildered by her, because that's the blessing of Lord upon his sincere devotees like Lord Shiva. And we also see in this case of Haridas Thakur, Maya personally came in the form of a less cultured woman to entice Haridas Thakur for wrong things. But Haridas Thakur, since he's always absorbed in chanting the holy names, was not bewildered by Maya. Similarly, Prabhupada was not bewildered by Maya. Haridas Thakur, Prahlad Maharaj, Tukaram, take an example of any great soul, Narad Muni, or they are not bewildered by Maya. Why? Because they are always taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. Devi Devi Yashaguname Mam Maya Duratteya Ma Mevye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Those who take shelter of me, I will deliver them. So in short, the Maya Shakti is the energy of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, cannot bewilder those who take sincere shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like Lord Shiva, or Prahlad Maharaj, or Haridas Thakur, or Srila Prabhupada. So that's the blessing of the Lord on those great souls. So although they may be in association with Maya, correct? Like association with money. Prabhupada was, dealing with so much of money, so many women disciples, so many facilities like American people and young people and flights and cars and expensive buildings, etc. But he was not attached to Maya. He was he was completely detached, at the same time using it for Krishna's service. An ordinary person would certainly fall down in those situations. So this is the greatness of great souls like Lord Shiva and other such great pure devotees. Any other additions, questions, comments on this point?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, still is not clear the verse actually to me. Here we see that Lord Shiva was bewildered by the Lord internal energy. And the external energy, Ma Durga, is the eternal consort of Lord Shiva. So why the question comes that she will not be able to bewilder you any longer? She's the eternal consort of him, right?
She is the eternal consort, but she is the energy of Lord Vishnu. Well, actually, everyone is energy of Lord Vishnu, including Lord Shiva. So, so Lord Vishnu is saying that although, and then she has the seva to bewilder others, but she cannot bewilder Lord Shiva. That's the point, because we all are bewildered by the Maya Shakti of the Lord, but Lord Vishnu is not. Sorry, Lord Shiva is not. Sorry, although he is in touch. So everyone is energy of the Supreme Lord only. Is that okay or confused further?
No,
Oh, you're on mute, Prabhuji.
oh, sorry. I understand that point that definitely Ma Durga being an eternal consort, she's not going to build a Lord Shiva. But why this question arised, that is not clear to me all on a sudden. Because so far we're talking about the internal energy of Lord is building Lord Shiva.
Ultimately, Durga Mata also is internal, but when she comes in contact with the material world, so it becomes the external. So she only expands in that form. So she also can be said as internal and external both.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And this we see in the story of Simantadweep, which we discussed, the Simantani Devi. Okay, any other comments, additions to this point? Okay, let's move on to next verse, text 41. I would like to read.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Yeah, good. Horizon devotees, Dhanvat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada, text 41. Sri Shuka Uvacha Evam Bhagavata Rajan Sri Vatsanakena Satkrita Amantrayotam Parikramaya Sangana Shalayam Yau. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada with joy. Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, O king, having thus been praised by the Supreme Personality who bears the mark of Srivatsa on his chest, Lord Shiva circumambulated him. Then, after taking permission from him, Lord Shiva returned to his abode Kailash along with his associates. Purport. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur remarks that when Lord Shiva was offering obeisances unto Lord Vishnu arose and embraced him. Therefore, the word Srivatsankena is used here. The mark of Srivatsa adorns the chest of the Lord Vishnu, and therefore, when the Lord Vishnu embraced Lord Shiva while being circumambulated, the Srivatsa mark touched Lord Shiva's bosom. So, proceed more. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So this theme is seen again and again, that whenever the devotee and the Lord are kind of saying a farewell or bye, what do they do? Who will answer?
Circumambulate.
Yes, they circumambulate. So the devotee circumambulates the Lord as a sign of great respect and gratitude and devotion. And the Lord, what is this mentioned here? Who bears the mark of it? The Lord circumambulates. Lord Vishnu embraced Lord Shiva while being circumambulated. It's a very, very important point. That how the Lord loves his devotees so much that the Lord embraces. And therefore the Srivatsa on the chest of the Lord, on the bosom, on the chest of the Lord. So that's Prabhupada is explaining that point in detail here. That how the Lord embraced his devotee. Because he is Bhakta Vatsala. So I want to share something with all of you actually. So Pradakshina. What is the meaning of Pradakshina? Anyone knows?
Pradhakshin.
The same meaning as circumambulate, the Bengali prediction.
Yeah, what is Pradakshina? It's a Bengali word.
Circumambulating the same thing.
Circumambulating. Okay.
The deed.
Yeah, same in Telugu
Anyone
also.
else? Let's see this wonderful meaning. The Dakshina is basically Dakshin means right. Okay. Dakshin means right. You all know this word. Dakshin means right. And so the act of moving around, keeping the object of worship on our right with feeling of love and devotion towards that object. The deity, the Supreme Lord, Tulsi Maharani, Vaishnavas, etc. That's Pradakshina or circumambulation. So the act of moving around, and we don't move around on the left, we move around. So anytime you go around the Tulsi Maharani or the temple or the devotees or the deities, we move around on the keeping the object of worship or devotion on our right. So that's how this comes. So pra means dispelling of sin. Da means destroy or dadati. Da means to give. So it bestows desirable things. And what is the best desirable thing? Bhakti. Sha means shana or causes destruction of all the karma. And ida means bestows liberation. So I compiled this one devotee helped me, Shri Mataji, to build this flyer. This was from the lecture of His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj. What does Pradakshina mean? He has given a very nice class about importance of circumambulation. So the act of moving around, keeping the object of worship on the right, that is Dakshina, with the feeling of love and devotion towards that object, whether deities, Tulasi, devotees, etc. Temple, Govardhan. How many of you have done Govardhan Parikram? Raise your hand. You have done Govardhan Parikram. Wonderful. Sudhir Prabhu has done. Well, some of you have done in Tampa, right? That's also not different from Govardhan. Or wherever you celebrated Govardhan Puja, actually, this is also Govardhan. But yet, at the same time, we should try to go to Giri Govardhan as well. So, dispelling of sin, bestowing desirable thing, and the best desirable thing is prema bhakti. And Sha means causes all the destruction of the karma, and Ra means gives liberation. So, this is from the lecture of Bhakti Rasami Swami Maharaj. I like this, so I just have to share this. Since we're talking about Pradakshina here, Tulsi Maharani also we chant this Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahma Hatyani Chakani Cha Tani Tani Pranakshanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. At every step, all the sins are destroyed, even up to the killing of a Brahmana, Brahma Hatya Adi, etc. So that's the power of Pradakshina. So we should do Pradakshina whenever we get opportunity. To the temple, to the deities, to Tulsi Maharani, to the Lord here. And then one will get the embrace of the Lord. Because the Lord sees, well, my devotee is circumambulating me. Wow, so kind, so nice. Then now let me reciprocate by embracing my devotee. That's what Lord Vishnu did to Lord Shiva. And then he goes back to his abode, that is Kailash. Any other comments anyone has in this text? Okay, let's move on. Yes, Prabir Prabhu, you want to read text 42? Or you're not in the position, or you're on mute.
Can someone?
Okay, sure. If you're not. Yeah. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu can read, and then Tarun Prabhu will read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Pranam, Krishna. Atmasa bhutam tam mayam bhavanim bhagavan bhava samatam risi mukhyana pityachastha bharata. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
O descendant of Bharata, Maharaj, Lord Shiva in jubilation then addressed his wife Bhavani, who is accepted by all authorities as the potency of Lord Vishnu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Bye.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, question without seeing. Who is this? O descendant of Bharat Maharaj, who is this person being referred to here? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Okay, Moksha Mataji will tell.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is Maharaja Parikshit.
Maharaj Parikshit, very nice. Because they are the descendants of Maharaj Bharat. Sometimes, many times in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna uses this word, Tam Stitikshva Bharata. Same word is used, Bharata, the descendant of Maharaj Bharat. Who was the father of Bharat Maharaj? Anyone knows?
Maharaj, Lord Rishabdev.
Rishabdev. Very nice. And do you know this is the same? Pravir Prabhu, this is the same Bharat as Jad Bharat? Who knows?
No,
If
it's
this is
different.
Yes, Prabhu. He was a Jad Bharat.
Yeah, it was
the
simple.
same dynasty, right? That's a dynasty which goes on from Rishabdev.
And I heard that even India was named after Bharat as
Yes,
after
this is the
this
same
symbol.
Bharat. Yes. The Bharat in Ramayana is different, but this is the same Bharat. After whom Bharat was named. And actually it was not just India which was named Bharat. It was the whole world was known before as Bharat. Jambu Dvipe, Bharat Varshe, actually Bharat Khande. So the ninth division of Jambu Dvipa is known as Bharat Khanda, which covers the whole world actually. It's a different topic which I read in Canto 5 towards the end, if you remember, the divisions of the different planetary systems. But that's a dynasty that's going on. Anyways, Lord Shiva in great jubilation. What will happen if one will get the embrace of the Lord? One will be happy. One will be in great joy. Imagine the Satchit Ananda, the source of all bliss, embracing. What could be a bigger joy? The Lord Shiva is in great jubilation and now he's addressing his great wife. So let's see. What does Lord Shiva say? Okay, let's read text 43. Would someone like to read? Yes, Tarun Krishna Prabhu. With beautiful tilak. Please read.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes. Aidhyapashash tvam adashamayam parasya pumsa paradevatya aham kalan rishabhopi muye yayavasho kim utshavantantra. Translation. Lord Shiva said, O goddess, you have now seen the illusionary energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unborn master of everyone. Although I am one of the principal expansions of his lordship, even I was illusioned by his energy. What then is to be said of others who are fully dependent on Maya? So, Prabhuji, I understand from this verse that the Lord Shiva is saying to Mohini-murti, O goddess, you have now the illusionary energy and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Supreme Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is the unborn master of everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Taran Krishna Prabhu. So Lord Shiva here is addressing to his wife, Bhavani or Durga actually. Now because they have, come back to kind of Kailash, as we read in text number 41, that Lord Shiva returned to his abode. And he's very, very happy. So probably in Shiva Airlines or however he's traveling, is very, very happy. And now they are discussing this. Oh Devi, oh great Uma, oh Durga, did you see? So first of all, he's very, very humble. Imagine if because Durga Devi was present when all this episode happened. When Lord Shiva was running after that woman. That woman is not an ordinary woman. She is Mohini-murti. So therefore, Lord Shiva is not ashamed to tell. Because Lord Shiva cannot be bewildered by anyone else but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because the Lord wanted such pastime to happen. So with great humility. So a disciple, a servant feels great jubilation in being defeated by the master. Like how Srila Prabhupada shared this story with great jubilation, that how he was defeated by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. How Vyasadeva shares his story, that how he was defeated by Narada Muni. And multiple such examples are there of disciple and guru, that how the disciple feels very happy actually to become humbled by the spiritual master. So he's sharing in the last line is very, very important. Even I, the Kala, the energy of the Supreme Lord, the principal expansion, Lord Shiva is not an ordinary personality. We are discussing again and again that he is Shiva Tattva. He is in between the Jiva and the Vishnu Tattva. Like the Vishnu Tattva comes in touch with the material energy, like yogurt, milk in touch with the inoculum becomes yogurt, and that's Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary role which you and me can take, nor or anyone else can take. It's a very special, sacred role of Lord Shiva only. No one can be Lord Shiva. So the point here is, if Lord Shiva, if the Lord wants, the Supreme Lord wants, Lord Shiva can also be put into illusion, what to speak of any Tom, Dick and Harry. So we should never feel that, oh, I'm great. Oh, I have been many, many years. Oh, I know a lot of shlokas. Oh, I can do this. We should always be cautious, as Prabhupada said. Cautious that we are vulnerable. We are vulnerable. Because one devotee gave this example. The people who meet with an accidents on roads, or the people who drown in the pools and oceans, right, are not the people who are overcautious, are the people who are overconfident that yes, no, now I am an expert driver. I can drive with eyes closed, or I can swim this, with anything. The famous, who, I don't know, that Australian person who used to do a lot of animal shows and stuff. Some stingray, the cause of his death was some stingray, right? You know that some person I'm talking about? You may have seen some of his videos. So we may feel that, oh, I can handle these things very well. I can drive so easily. I can swim the ocean, what to speak of this tiny pool. So the people who may become overconfident and forget that I am vulnerable may become victim of those. So Srila Prabhupada always said that we should have a healthy fear. It's not that, for example, oh, I'm so fearful, so fearful, so fearful, I will not even drive on the road. That's also not, practical and advisable. That I am so fearful, so fearful, I'll never go out, because if I go out, I'll see women. If I go out, how will I distribute books? I cannot even see women. It's impossible and impractical. But a healthy fear is Prabhupada, is what Prabhupada is mentioning. That I'm a tiny soul, and I'm subjected to fall down. I'm not Achyuta, I'm Chuta. Krishna is Achyuta, he is infallible. I'm Chuta, I'm fallible. So I have to be careful. Savdhani hati, durgatna ghati. Savdhan, caution. Prabhupada used that word in the previous few purports, to be cautious. If we are sufficiently cautious and not be too overconfident or over proud about our accomplishments or our bhakti or this and that, then we will be sufficiently cautious and be protected by Krishna's embrace. Any other additions, comments anyone wants to share? Okay, would a few Matajis may want to read? Matajis are not read today. Anyone?
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna,
Rama
Prabhu, I
was.
can read.
Okay, Kirti Mataji. Rama has to take dip in Kusum Sarovar first then. Okay, we'll give a chance. Just Kirti Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, text 44. Yam mam puchchastva mupetya yogat samasa hastanta uparantam ve. Sa esha sakshat purushah purano na yatra kalo vishate na vedah. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When I finish performing mystic yoga for 1000 years, Prabhu, I am not able to see that word from there. Okay. You ask me upon whom I was meditating. Now hear that Supreme Person to whom time has no entrance and who the Vedas cannot understand. Purport. External time enters anywhere and everywhere, but it cannot enter the kingdom of God, nor can the Vedas understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the indication of the Lord being opulent, omnipresent, and omniscient. So, Dandavat Pranam, here Lord Shiva is talking to Mother Bhavani and telling about the Supreme Personal. And he is Prabhupada is saying that the Lord is being omnipotent, omniscient, and so that is the one we can see that Lord Krishna is everywhere. He is in Golok Vrindavan, he is on the earth planet, and he is everywhere in the another planet also. Like in the previous canto, we have read that he was in the Bali Maharaja's in the Patal Loka. So he was there. He was protecting Lord Bali when he was asked the 3 steps of land, and Vamandev put him into the Patal Loka. At that time, Lord said that I will become the guardian of your gate. So Lord is still there also. So we can see that he's everywhere and he can act very brilliantly to protect his devotee. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. So, for those who have this confusion, doubt, it is very, very clear that Lord Shiva is meditating upon Lord Vishnu. Here is that Supreme Person, referring to the Supreme Lord, Lord Vishnu, Lord Mohini-murti, Lord Kṛṣṇa, Lord Vasudev, who is beyond time. Vedas cannot understand the Supreme Lord. Vedesha durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. Vedesha durlabam is very, very difficult. If one thinks, oh, by Vedic knowledge I can understand Krishna or Vishnu. No. How can he be understood? Bhaktya mama vijananti. Through the process of devotional service. And there's a famous verse in Padma Puran by Lord Shiva, again to Mother Parvathy. Aradhana nam api sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param. Lord Shiva is telling. Saint Parvati is asking, well, what is the topmost thing? Vishnu aradhanam param. And then she gets a little upset. Well, I've been worshipping you all the time. What will happen? And then he says, Tadiya tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. Tadiya means anything in connection to the Supreme Lord, especially his devotees, because his devotees are his life and soul. And what to speak of a devotee like Lord Shiva? So if someone is in that connection, so if someone is worshipping the devotee in connection with the Supreme Lord, the Lord is very, very happy and pleased. Or giving respect to the Bhagavatam in connection with the Lord, Bhagavad Gita, the Prashadam, the Giri Govardhan, anything in connection with the Lord, the Mahaprasad, the Nirmalya, everything is very, very potent. Anything in connection with the Lord. Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiya Nam Samarchanam. So, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva is here glorifying that this is my Lord. This is, you keep asking me, what are you doing? Whom are you meditating upon? I'm meditating upon this great personality. Who is that? Lord Shiva. Is saying to Lord Shiva is saying, I'm meditating upon Lord Vishnu. He also has Japamala, chanting the names of Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any other comments? Any other additions? Okay. Rama Prabhu has come after Kusum Sarovar Bath. Wants to read? Okay, I think he's still bathing. So, Taira Mataji, please read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Shri Shuka Vacha Iti te bhitastata vikrama sarga dhanvana sindhor nirmathaneyena dhrarta praste mahaklan. Prabhuji, please show the purport. Translation. Sukdev Goswami said, my dear king, the person who bore the great mountains on his back for the churning of the ocean of milk is the same supreme personality of Godhead known as Srangadhanvan. I have now described to you his powers. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, the name of Lord is described here as Sharanga. Sharanga Dhanva. So, what does Sharanga mean here? Who will tell?
Prabhuji, is the bow of Lord Vishnu.
Yes, it's the bow of Lord Vishnu. Sharanga. In Fort Lauderdale, we have a very wonderful devotee named Sharanga Prabhu. So, it's a bow of Lord Vishnu. So one of the names we can remember is Sharanga Dhanva, one who carries this wonderful bow named Sharanga. What is the name of the conch of the Supreme Lord? Anyone knows?
Prabhuji, Panchajanya.
Panchajanya.
Panchajanya, very nice. Anyone knows the name of the club of the Supreme Lord?
Prabhuji, are you talking about Gada?
Gada, yes.
Kaumudaki.
Gada.
Kaumudaki. There's a Mataji named Kaumudaki Mataji. So, are there any other? Well, everything is personal. You know, the Lord plays with the ball. I was reading in this book, Kṛṣṇa Krida, and that ball also has a name. Everything is personal. These are not, these are tadiya. All these things are tadiya. Right? Tadiya samarchanam. Anything in connection with Krishna. So even the kids are playing, they can name their ball as the name of Krishna's ball. Correct? Isn't it beautiful? To remember Krishna, oh, it's Krishna's ball. Oh, Krishna used to play like this. This is basically Krishna Krida. To learn through Krishna's childhood pastimes, the playful pastimes, and then they will remember, oh, Krishna's ball. So by just chanting the name or saying, oh, get me, rather than saying, give me the ball, please, they'll say, I forgot actually the name, I'll tell you maybe next time. Give me that, give me that, the name of the ball, we'll say, and in that way they'll be able to remember Krishna. That's Krishna consciousness. Not just saying bow. Everything is personal. The Sharanga bow. Not just saying the conch. Oh, it's Panchachan. The transcendental, Divya Shankam. So, and he also bore the great mountain. Who is being referred to here?
Kurma-avatar.
Kurma Avatar or Kachyapa Avatar. Only 800,000 miles long. Just little 800,000 miles. And we discussed that how through his breathing these ocean waves came. This mighty Mount Mandar, which was the Parvat, Mount Mandar, they were churning, this grinding rod, right? It was Mandara mountain. It was so heavy that it was going down. And you remember they all collapsed under this golden mountain. It was so heavy. But Kachyap Avatar was feeling, oh, they are, like kind of doing some itching. And sometimes when you itch, you feel a little bit nice. And he felt sleep. And then he started to deep breathing. And then the waves come into the ocean. So when we see the waves of the ocean, we can remember, oh, it's not Kurma's breathing. So in that way, everything can be Krishna conscious. That's how we can make Krishna conscious fun, playful, joyful, enlightening, entertaining, insightful for everyone, for kids, adults, old, young, everyone will feel great joy. That's bhakti. That's how Srila Prabhupada wanted to teach to all. And as parents, as teachers, as friends, as whatever our age, we have to make it interesting and enlightening based on the circumstances, the age of the kids, and etc. Any other comments, questions before we pause for today? Any additions? No? Yes? Maybe? Okay, so we will pause here. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you. Thank
Krishna.
you so much.
Hare Krishna.